What is going on, IF Warriors? It's your boy Edward V, and today we're going to talk about things that I wish I knew when I first started intermittent fasting. This will 100% help you mentally and even help you reach your goals when entering intermittent fasting, when doing it for the first time. And even for some people who have been doing intermittent fasting and just can't stick with it, this can also help you as well. Let's go ahead and break it down in this video. Stay tuned. This video is brought to you by one of my favorite sponsors, Built Bar. If you haven't gotten your hands on one of these bad boys, you are surely missing out because believe it or not, yes, this provides a good adequate amount of protein. Yes, it even provides a good amount of fiber, but it also tastes delicious. And that's one of the things that for some reason companies just can't get right when it comes to protein bar. Built Bar has figured it out because their bars actually taste good. I can't overstate how important protein is for your daily meals, and having an easy source of protein is always a plus to help you reach your fitness goals. The link will be down in the description box below, and of course, don't forget to put the promo code FLEDGE10 so that you can get 10% off your entire order. Now, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. The first thing that I want to talk about in terms of intermittent fasting and what I wish I knew when I first started, or right before I started, was how easy it was going to be after the first 2 weeks. This would have kept me from all of the hesitation that I actually applied before entering intermittent fasting. Yes, believe it or not, Fledge Fitness was incredibly hesitant at first. I had to do a lot of research before I even felt comfortable trying it because I just couldn't wrap my head around not eating for long stretches of time. But the incredible thing is that your body is highly adaptable. And what happens is after 2 weeks or so, your body just gets used to the process. And it only really starts to get hungry during the times where you're going to break your fast, and it stops being hungry during the times where you've stopped eating. That's incredible. You don't actually get hungry for breakfast, lunch, and dinner during breakfast, lunch, and dinner because you're supposed to, and we're supposed to just eat during those times. No, it is because you have just simply built that habit over time. Because you consistently eat during breakfast, lunch, and dinner, your body will remind you, hey, it's the time when you normally eat, and it's the other time, and it's the third time when you normally eat. Your brain is just working off what you are giving it. If you tell your brain, listen, I'm going to refrain from eating, stop bothering me, I'm going to eat at this time and I will stop eating at this time. Your brain will fight for a while because it's used to the old habit, but then eventually it gets the point and it works with you, not against you. The next thing that I wish I knew is how easy it is to fall off after consecutive days of not doing intermittent fasting. When I first started doing intermittent fasting, I was killing it. I was doing so good. I think I did like maybe 2 months straight without any issues. And then I went on a vacation with my family, and I thought to myself, well, you know, I'm on vacation. There's a lot of different ways that we're gonna eat and times that we're gonna eat. Let me just put intermittent fasting on pause. I'll just put it on pause for this little, 1 week vacation. And that's what I did. But I didn't realize how difficult it was going back into intermittent fasting after doing about 5 days of non-intermittent fasting eating. It made it incredibly hard for me, and I knew right then and there that no, I don't want to have this struggle again and then have to do this kind of 2 week break in again. I'm always going to be cognizant of limiting my exception days, which means the exception to the rule. My rule is to do intermittent fasting. My exceptions are to not do it, but I'm going to make sure that those aren't coupled together or that they are not so consecutive, because if they are, it's going to kind of knock you out of the rhythm that you've built with intermittent fasting. Yes, even just 3 or 4 days can knock out 2 months of work in terms of how easy you can do the intermittent fasting protocol. So be very mindful of that. You could be on a roll and just have 3 days derail your entire rhythm. Now, the next thing I'm going to mention is I'm gonna couple it together. It's how easy it is to undereat and how easy it is to overeat. That sounds kind of crazy, right? Those are kind of two things that are kind of juxtaposed to each other. They're on the far ends of each other, right? But the problem is that it all depends on how you do intermittent fasting. If you're one of those people that you're trying to also eat incredibly healthy and you're trying to put together the most healthy things to eat while you're in your fast break, which is a good thing for you to do that, you could actually end up under eating calorie-wise, because of the fact that things that are quote unquote healthy tend to be lower in calories than things that are unhealthy. Now, if you're one of those people that you just eat and you don't really care and you eat whatever you want and it doesn't even matter, you have a possibility of overeating. Because even though it's, smaller, even though it's a smaller window, you might think to yourself that you can eat until you're absolutely full and actually go over your caloric limit for the day. So you have to strike that balance. Be aware of what you're eating. That's one of the things that I should have told myself, because I went in both directions. I actually went into the direction where I was just eating healthy and I was under eating, and it was, and it was messing with my muscles and things like that. And then I also went into the direction where I just ate whatever I wanted, because I've been doing intermittent fasting for about 9 years. So I've gone through it all in terms of the experience of it. I've had my moments where I just eat whatever and my moments where I'm eating specific foods and being healthy. But if you don't strike that balance and you're not cognizant of what you're eating, you are going to fall into either the under eating pool or the overeating pool. And the final point that I'm going to mention, and this is one of my saving graces for always keeping me kind of on point with intermittent fasting, is the importance of a crutch, some sort of crutch, something. My thing is water, and to be a little bit more specific, seltzer water or carbonated water. Those things help me. Whenever there's a moment where I do feel weird, I feel like I want to eat, but I'm fasting, I just grab myself either a glass of water or some seltzer water, some carbonated water to suppress that feeling. Because sometimes we confuse the feeling of thirst for the feeling of hunger. And really, we're not hungry. We just want to consume something, anything, even if it doesn't have calories. So why not replace the feeling of wanting to get something to eat, because that's what you're used to, with just water or anything that helps you that doesn't contain calories that will put you in a fast break. Not to prolong my video, all Patreons will now be pinned to the top of the comments of every video. And I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Peace!